Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. I am your course instructor Dr. Faiza Shaheen here. It is our course of Educational Psychology EDUC 3112. We are going to discuss in our lecture number 16 about fundamentals of human development. In this lecture, we will go through the following points: fundamentals of human development, an overview of growth and development, the general nature of growth and development, and at the end we will see the factors influencing child development. Fundamentals of human growth development. Growth refers to the changes in human weight, height, and structure. According to Crow and Crow 1962, growth refers to the structural and physiological changes. It means whatever the change occurs in the human body in terms of his or her weight, height, and structure, that is growth. And growth is the structural and physiological changes in the body. It is the quantitative change. Some people say that whatever the structural changes comes under the human body from birth till maturity, those are growth. There are several questions which have been dealt with this question, growth and development. That is human growth and development same? What are the stages of human development? What are the exact differences between growth and development? Do they both go side by side, or can one come under the other concept? Whereas the development concept is, it refers to the continuous process of changes through which task managing abilities of individuals are polished, resulting in experience and learning. This is a very comprehensive definition of development, in which we have come to know that development is a continuous process. It does not stop at any point of time. Throughout the life span of the individual, it continues. And it is such a change that different managing tasks of the individual are polished due to their experience and learning. What does it mean by experience and learning? Experience is something that varies from one another. All the people have different experiences, and learning occurs according to those experiences and different situations from which one goes through. In this way, we can say that development does not remain the same. It primarily focuses on the situations, experiences, and the learning that one goes throughout the life. So experience may be bitter, may be harder, may be fixed. So all the people have different developmental experiences, and due to their experiences and learning, they try to learn, and they learn different managing abilities in their lives. We can say that development is the qualitative change in the human beings, whereas growth is the quantitative change which can be measurable and seen and observable. Overview of growth and development. It means that we will contrast and compare both concepts, growth and development. Growth is the quantitative change, whereas development is a qualitative change. Growth does not continue throughout the life. At certain point of time, your height gets stopped increasing, whereas development is a continuous throughout the lifespan. हम अपनी लाइफ के किसी भी हिस्से पर कोई भी एक्सपीरियंस और लर्निंग कर सकते हैं. डेवलपमेंट कभी भी स्टॉप नहीं होती, जबकि ग्रोथ एक सर्टेन लेवल पे आके रुक जाती है. ग्रोथ इज एन एस्पेक्ट ऑफ डेवलपमेंट, whereas development is an integrated whole. It means that we can study the concept of growth under development, but development is a big hole. Next point is observable and measurable. It says that growth is observable and measurable. We can see the height and weight and measure these things, whereas development cannot be measured scientifically. There are no such measures to calculate the level of development. Under different situations, how human beings perform their task and how do they behave, it depends on their level of development, and it varies one to another. So growth can be observable and measurable, but development is not measured scientifically. Growth is under natural principle. It is studied under natural principles. We can calculate the level of growth of certain age group people with same principles, such as their height and weight. We have some standard rules and criteria to measure these level of growth. Whereas development is under experience. It varies from one another. There is not a one rule of thumb that can be applied to all the human beings to measure their level of development. Growth is the physical stages of change that a person goes through, such as height and weight, whereas human development is the brain's stages of changes. A child can be normal growth, height and weight and still have a developmental delay if not meeting those other milestones. So they both, growth and development, goes side by side, but one does not guarantee that if growth is going good, development will also be going according to the age. General nature of growth and development. Growth is quantitative. It is already said that it is observable and measurable, so it is called quantitative. It comprises of height, weight, size and shape of the body organs. So we can easily observe and measure these things. And we can set standard criteria up to a certain age period, that what should be the age level, what would, according to the age, what will be the height and weight of certain people. Growth is due to the cell division and it is limited period. Each growing period is leading to the individual to a new stage of the growth. It can be measured. It has already been said that growth is measurable and observable because it refers to an increase in the size evident through the physical change, and it is used to refer to the continuous growing and an increase in the value. Growth is directly related with food and age. So we can say that these are, when the child increases in height and weight, their experiences a growth experience. On the other hand, development refers to a process of gradual transformation that cannot be easily measurable scientifically. Development is both qualitative and quantitative. It includes physical changes as well as cognitive and emotional changes. So we can see that development is cognitive as well as emotional changes. Now you can make a clear difference between growth and development, that how can you measure the cognitive and emotional changes in one individual. It is hard to measure because we cannot directly see the level of emotional development of one person. It only can be observable whenever someone is given with certain situation in which he or she is encountered with some emotional stances and how likely he or she behaves. Through that behavior we can observe that what is the level of emotional development of that individual. Otherwise, the cognitive and emotional changes in one self cannot be easily and directly measurable through scientific tools. It is due to motor and adjustment process and their interplay. Here the word interplay has been used. It means that motor and adjustment process goes side by side. Whatever is the level of your muscular power and your motor abilities, your movement and your adjustment process, some people takes different time in getting adjusted in different and new environment. So these both processes go side by side and they are having an interplay. Development takes place till death. So it is clear from this slide that development does not stop at any point of age in the life, and it is a lifelong experience. It goes till the death. Development can be observed by mature behavior. Mature behavior क्या होता है? It is a behavior that lets you behave in the situation that is more likely acceptable. When people try to behave mature, learned behavior, and they do not behave childish, that is their mature behavior. What you are supposed to behave, you should behave in that situation accordingly. It is a maturity level. So development guarantees you that you are behaving mature, and it is linked to physical activity, education and social interaction. These are very much connected things. Physical activity में आपका growth level आ जाता है, education और social interaction में different experiences आ जाते हैं. We have already discussed that experience and learning varies from context to context and situation to situation. We all do not have similar situations and experiences in our lives. So the level of development of each individual is different from each other. So the physical activity, education and social interaction, those are all important to study in the concept of development. Next we will see some factors that influence the child development. There are majorly and broadly two factors affecting child development. Those are internal factors and external factors. It means that how people are being affected by different factors and their growth and development is affected. Internal factors: heredity and intelligence. Heredity means whatever you gain from your parents. What is transferred to offspring from its parents is the form of genes and chromosomes constitutes the heredity contribution. We have observed in different examples that most of the traits and characteristics are transformed to the offspring from their parents. So the heredity component cannot be denied. It is a major part that has to be studied under growth and development. Next is intelligence. The physical, social, emotional, moral and language development of a child is greatly influenced and controlled by intelligence. It depends that how much intelligent are you, and it can easily be determined by applying different taxonomy, by applying different inventories to measure the level of intelligence. But simply if you have a high IQ level, then your physical, social, emotional and moral and language development will be high. So all the level of development is well connected with each other, and it depends on the level of the intelligence of individual. Next is emotional and social nature. These are also the internal factors. Emotional means that how likely a child or an individual behaves in a new situation where he has to perform according to his physical, mental, social and moral level of development mutually. A child who is found to be overwhelmed by negative emotions is adversely affected in his physical, mental, social, moral and language development. आपने ये बात ऑब्जर्व की होगी, जो बच्चा किसी भी चीज का फियर रखता है या किसी चीज का खौफ या फोबिया उसको होता है, तो उसकी लैंग्वेज डेवलपमेंट बहुत जल्दी मुतासिर होती है. इसी तरह हमारी फिजिकल और मेंटल एज और हेल्थ, उसका बहुत बड़ा ताल्लुक हमारे इमोशंस के साथ होता है. and how do we behave in social and moral situations, it is also relevant and connected with our emotional state. So जिस इंडिविजुअल में इमोशनल डेवलपमेंट जिसको EQ या इमोशनल क्वोशेंट से शो करते हैं, अगर वो वेल डिफाइंड और अच्छे से डेवलप नहीं हुआ तो उसकी डिफरेंट लेवल्स ऑफ डेवलपमेंट भी मुतासिर हो जाएंगी. और नेगेटिव इमोशंस होना, इट इज एन इंडिकेशन दैट योर इमोशनल लेवल एंड इमोशनल डेवलपमेंट इज नॉट नॉर्मल. Social nature. A person's socialization help him in achieving adjustment and advancement in other aspects of his growth and development. It is an understood fact. The people who are more socialized, who share their things with the others, and it is a research-based fact that the people who socialize themselves are more likely to be having good level of development in all other aspects. अगर आप अच्छे सोशलाइज करते हैं, लोगों से मिलते जुलते हैं और यू हैव अ गुड रेपो, गुड सोशल बिहेवियर्स विद अदर पीपल, यू आर लाइकली टू हेल्प ईच अदर, देन देयर इज अ टेंडेंसी that you are best fitted in the society and you are having better chances of good growth and development. So जितना इंसान की सोशल नेचर होगी उतना ही उसका लेवल ऑफ ग्रोथ एंड डेवलपमेंट इंक्रीज होगा. एट द एंड वी विल सी सम एक्सटर्नल फैक्टर्स. एक्सटर्नल फैक्टर्स में हमारे वो तमाम चीजें आ जाती हैं जिसका आप कह लें कि आपके साथ डायरेक्टली लिंक नहीं है. These are related to the nutrition and environment level of the situation where mother has to face different situations before birth of the child. Environment in the womb of mother. It means the physical and mental health of the mother. There are so many researches that claim that if the physical and mental health of the mother is damaged, that will definitely have an influence on the mental and growth level of the child. Single or multiple child, इससे भी बहुत ज़्यादा फर्क पड़ता है. If you are a single child, you will be having more attention. It has positive and negative both kind of situations and aspects. And if there are multiple children, then lack of concentration or maybe some other situations occur. Nutrition received by embryo. It is related to the level of nutrition taken by the mother before birth, normal or abnormal delivery. It also has an impact on the intelligence and growth development level of individual. Any damage to baby in womb. Although it all depends on the luck and situations that how even after having any accident or damage some babies survive, but in case of any damage that has an influence and effect on the health of the child. Next, some external factors are environment available after birth. So these are very important. Accidents and incidents in life. You must have observed that some children do have some fears about going some on heights, going in darkness, having fear of water. So these fears are related to different experiences that child has right after the birth or after some time of the birth. Certain accidents and incidents have an impact in the life that influence the level of growth and development of the child. Number 2 is the quality of physical environment. It is an understood fact that if you provide a child with immense opportunities and different kind of opportunities and possibilities, he will grow well. Physical environment का बहुत ज़्यादा किरदार होता है. अगर आपके इर्द गिर्द सफाई है, अच्छा माहौल है, you are given with full facilities and luxuries of life, and you are given with different opportunities and facilities, then you will be having a good level of growth and development. Otherwise, अगर किसी के पास physical environment poor है, तो वहां पे ग्रोथ और डेवलपमेंट के चांसेस भी लो होंगे। नंबर थर्ड इज मेडिकल केयर एंड नरिशमेंट। इट directly relates to the growth level of the child. If he is good nourished, उसकी खुराक अच्छी है, उसको मेडिकल केयर वक्त पे मिल जाती है, उसको कोई प्रॉब्लम हो तो फौरन उसको क्योर किया जाता है, तो उसकी ग्रोथ ऑटोमेटिकली अच्छी होगी। और अगर ग्रोथ अच्छी होगी तो इसका डेवलपमेंट पे भी असर पड़ेगा। लास्ट पॉइंट इज फैसिलिटीज एंड अपॉर्चुनिटीज प्रोवाइडेड बाय द सोशल एंड कल्चरल फोर्सेस। इट मीन्स दैट यू मस्ट बी गिवन विद इमेंस अपॉर्चुनिटीज एंड पॉसिबिलिटीज इन योर लाइफ। एक इंडिविजुअल है, एक बच्चा है जो अपना स्कूल भी इंजॉय करता है, अपनी सोशल लाइफ को भी इंजॉय करता है, और उसके पास इतनी अपॉर्चुनिटीज हैं कि उसके पास उसकी डिफरेंट हॉबीज हैं, डिफरेंट फिजिकल एक्टिविटीज हैं, डिफरेंट गेम्स वो खेलता है, स्केड्यूल करके अपनी स्टडी को भी टाइम देता है, अपने ट्विटर, अपने कुरान क्लास, हर तरह की चीज को अटेंड करता है। तो वो एक अच्छी ग्रोथ एंड डेवलपमेंट को फेस करेगा। ये फैसिलिटीज और अपॉर्चुनिटीज उसको इस काबिल बनाती हैं कि वो अच्छे से ग्रो एंड डेवलप करे। और एज कंपेयर टू अ चाइल्ड who is given with poor opportunities and facilities, he will be having different kind of complexes in his or her life, and due to these social and cultural forces his opportunities will be limited and it will be having a direct impact on his level of development. So at the end we will see that what we have seen in this lecture. We have seen the growth and development concept. Generally speaking, we have seen that what is the nature of growth and development, what are the major differences between the two terms, and if one point is suffering, what is its impact on the other. अगर ग्रोथ का कोई मसला हो जाता है तो उससे डेवलपमेंट पे क्या असर पड़ता है, और डेवलपमेंट में किस हद तक ग्रोथ का कंपोनेंट शामिल है। At the end we have seen some factors that influence the child development, जिसके अंदर हमने इंटरनल फैक्टर्स भी देखे और एक्सटर्नल फैक्टर्स भी देखे। So I hope you have learned the topics taught in this lecture. Thank you.